Okay, Rabotai, we are on live. Welcome to all. Today we have a very powerful piece, Be'ezrat Hashem. A lot to be learned from the story. The only question is how much time am I going to have to be able to bring everything out. So, one small halakha in regarding to Ikar v'Tafel. The third option, what's considered to be primary and secondary. He brings down over here that if a person is eating two types of food, but they're two separate foods, correct? But his main kavanah in eating the first food, meaning that's what he wants, and he's eating the second food, even though he's eating it separately right after eating the first food, but he's eating the second food as an escort, like I don't want to say a side dish. It's basically also allowing him to be able to consume the first food. Over there, we're going to tell you don't have to bless a bracha on the second food, only on the primary food. Yeah, you guys are with me or not? Again, the best example over here is, for example, a person wants to go out and he wants to eat a very salty fish, correct? Now, you're eating the bread in order to kill the saltness away. That's not a problem. Even though they're not mixed, like we saw yesterday, they're two separate foods. But if my main intention is to eat the first food, and the second food is coming as, to either make it better, or either to add taste, or either to lessen the taste, we're going to tell you don't have to bless on the second food. I'll give another example. I'm going to give another example. Let's say a person said mizanot on a sandwich ice cream, correct? Now, after you eat the ice cream, it's very sweet. So you want to drink water, you got it. What blessing do you say on water?
Charcoal.
Over here, you cannot bless anything. Because I'm drinking the water in order to wash down the sweetness away. You understand how it works? Or you want to eat, for example, let's say you want to eat plov, right? So when you're eating plov, your wife or your mother-in-law, your father gives you a cucumber, right, to give the plov taste. You know they do it, or pepper or onion. You don't have to bless separately on that, even though you're not eating it simultaneously. Yeah, you guys are getting it?
Yep.
You guys, even if you don't get it, just say you got it, we could continue.
No, I think it's pretty simple. If you're adding lemon to your fish,
right, but that's mixed, you got it, but that's together. What we're speaking about now, I'm eating two separate foods at two different times.
Right.
That's another chiddush. That's another novelty, yeah?
Yeah. Same thing as a pickle with your vodka, right?
Correct, exactly. Correct. So if a person, let's say, drank vodka and they gave him a cucumber or pickle or tomato, you're not going to bless on it separately. That's already included in the shahakol. Correct. Okay, Rabotai, today we have a very powerful story. Dr. Roman, how are you? I love this guy. Yeah, how did you guys get him on? Can I know?
I'm good, Rabbi. How are you? Pleasure to hear you.
Okay, Rabotai, I want to share with you a story with King Hiskiyahu and Yeshayahu, Isaiah. Yeah, you guys know who I'm speaking about? You have no idea. No, okay, very good. There was a king, Hiskiyahu, he never got married, you got it. He didn't want to get married because he saw through prophecy, through divine intervention, that if he's going to get married, he's going to have bad children. So what happened? The Gemara goes on to explain that really he was supposed to go to Yeshayahu, the prophet, who was going to rebuke Hiskiyahu, who was the king. But the problem was that each one held their own ground. Hiskiyahu said, I'm a king, I'm not going to go to him. Yeshayahu said, I'm a prophet, I'm not going to go to him. Each one was going, standing their ground. Yes? He explains over here in the Ein Yaakov, he explains, he says, don't think that Hiskiyahu and Yeshayahu, they did it out of kavod, out of honor. That's not why they did it. Rather, they did it because King Hiskiyahu thought that he's a king, correct? He has to basically protect his kingship, correct? He's a king. He's not a regular person. Yeshayahu thought he's a prophet, and he has to protect his prophecy. I mean, no, you listen. There's such a thing that's called kosher pride, correct? Yes or no? For example, if you have a person, if you have let's say a very big rabbi, correct? Let's say Chacham Ovadia. For example, do you want to tell him that he's going to go and he has to chas v'shalom, God forbid, bow down to evil people? No, never. Correct? Every single person has to be able to carry himself the proper way. So really over here, when King Hizkiyahu and the Prophet Yeshayahu, when they didn't want to go to each other, it's not because of honor. They didn't do it because of honor. Rather, they did it only because each one thought they had a status to protect. This one thought he had to protect his king status. This one thought he had to protect his prophecy status. Is this clear? Yes? No? Maybe so?
Yeah, Rabbi. Yeah.
Okay. Now, Rabotai, why is this important to know that they did not do it because out of honor reason? There's a very beautiful Pirkei Avot. A lot of us are probably familiar with it. In Perik Dalet, in Pasuk Chav Aleph, he says over there, Rabbi Elazar HaKafar Omer, Rabbi Elazar HaKafar says, Hakin'ah. Right, we know the three things that remove a person from this world, which is jealousy, ta'ava, lust, desire, and kavod, and honor. So it couldn't have been that the king and the prophet were going to be arguing because of honor reasons. So when we're dealing with jealousy, if you have a person who envies his friend because of his wealth, or because of his success, that's going to remove him from this world. Jigarik, can I ask you a question since you're very busy over there, Jigarik? I can't. I have to say it. I can't. Yeah, I know. Your work, I know. Can I ask you, Jigarik, a question? You see people today, hands down, people envy other people. You see, look at his house, look at his car, look how much money. That's all people speak about, correct?
Or just the honor that the person gets.
Or the honor, or the envy his honor. I don't care. Right. Tell me, you see them die right away?
Yeah.
So what is the Pirkei Avot saying? It's going to be removed them from this world. They're still living happily ever after, correct?
Are we saying that the person that we're envious of is going to be removed from the world?
No, the person that's envying.
That's the person that's okay.
The person that's envying.
Because I was.
Go ahead.
He's driving, so he's coming in and out.
Okay.
I remember a while ago, I think Rabbi Tabibov said that 99% of the people pass away early or earlier than they should have
because of Ein Har, because of bad eye. Right? Correct.
All right, so
there's a Gemara that's correct. There's a Gemara that says that 99% of the people in the cemetery died because of a bad eye, and one died because it was time for him to go. It's a clear Gemara, correct. But I'm asking you a question over here. You see a lot of people, they envy people, and still they're living. So you have to remember, just because you see a person who's alive and walking doesn't mean he's not removed from this world, Jigarik. You can have a person that's alive, but miserable in his own mind. He has no peace of mind. No matter what he does, he's never, in his mind state, he's never happy. You just removed him from his own world. He doesn't enjoy his wife. He doesn't enjoy his children. He doesn't enjoy the wealth that he has. Always wanting more and more just to outdo the other guy. But he never gets to appreciate what he really has. That's one way to understand it. Yeah, you with me? Then it comes for tava, when a person desires, when a person lusts. He says over here, if you have a person, he wants to fulfill his desires with food and drinks and other pleasures of the world, this too will remove a person from this world. You go to a wedding, you have a smokes bar, then you go to the wedding itself, you have sit down 8-10 course meal. After the wedding you have desserts, and after desserts, Rama, what do you have? Sheva brachot. After Sheva brachot, what do they make you? Jigari? Eggs. Baba
Don't forget
Meister, you
about the doggy
understand?
bag they take home, Rabbi.
Huh?
Someone's got it. The doggy bag they take home.
I didn't hear what he said. What?
The doggy bag that they take home.
I don't get it.
The goodie bag, the goodie bag.
The good.
You never see them take it home with them, Rabbi.
Okay. No, it's a very big problem. How much can you eat? You ate enough to be able to satiate yourself, continue serving Hashem. But Rabotai, here we go. And this is what I want to really speak about. It cannot be that King Hiskiyahu and the prophet Yeshayahu wanted to fight because of honor. Why? Because the Pirkei Avot says, Adam ha'ohev kavod, v'sarara, a person who loves honor and authority, v'rodev acharav, and he runs after them, u'mechapesh yechabdehu, and he looks that they should honor him, meaning that other people should honor him. All of these three character traits, mutzi'in et adam min ha'olam hazeh. They remove this person from this world. Says Avodi Rabbi Natan, he says, even though it's written over here in Pirkei Avot Olam Hazeh, you should know another thing, Jigarik. It also is going to remove a person, he says, mutzi'in et adam min ha'olam hazeh u'mechayeh ha'olam haba. How's that possible? If a person has kinah, ta'ava, and kavod, right? If he's jealous and he desires things and he loves honor, it also removes him from the next world. How's that possible? Dr. Roma, you want to explain to me how that's possible? How can you take away somebody else's olam haba? I don't understand. Just because over here I want honor or I want to have a good time, right? Well, how's that going to remove me from my olam haba? I don't get it. Dr. Roma, do you have an answer?
No, I'll wait for your answer, Rabbi.
You understand the question? Let's put it that way.
Yes. I wasn't that someone took someone's olam haba. I'm based on that. Yes.
What'd you say,
But are we saying that the person that's being envied, his olam haba?
No, you, me.
The one who's envying.
The person that envies other people.
His own olam haba.
How? What I'm about to share with you today will blow your mind, Jigari. It will blow your mind. I don't think you're ever going to waste a minute after today, Jigari. Maybe. You ready? When a person is constantly looking at other people, correct? When are you going to have time to work on yourself? When are you going to have time to better yourself? When are you going to have time to be able to do mitzvah the proper way, to learn Torah the proper way, to serve Hashem the proper way? Do you know when, Jigarik? Never. You know why? Because you're busy, not you, but a person's busy looking somewhere else. He's not working on himself. By not working on yourself, you don't really go out and acquire the olam haba you're supposed to get, and that's how you lose it. By not working for it, that's all. Like the Gemara says, Mashach Shabbat, anybody who prepared an Erev Shabbat on the eve of Friday, meaning Friday afternoon, gets to eat on Shabbat. Anybody who prepares in this world is going to have the next world. But if you don't prepare in this world, you're not going to have the next world. Because you're constantly busy running after these petty things.
Being envious of others.
Or running after desires. Constantly filling your stomach up. Or running after honor, so people should honor you. All of these things are problematic. Yes, this is good.
So how does that tie to the person
I'm listening, go ahead.
How does that tie to what you were saying as far as the person's olam haba is taken away when you're envious of others? Is it because you're too busy not working on the right things because you're busy envying others?
Exactly.
Is that what you're saying?
Exactly. You have a $2 million house. You see the guy next to you has a $7 million house. So what do you do now? Instead of going and focusing your energy on learning Torah, doing tzedakah, etc., you're busy now working to acquire a $7 million house. So really, you don't have time for yourself. It's a rat race, you understand? And that's how you lose your olam haba. And that's the danger of the evil inclination. That's what he wants you to do. He doesn't, again, people don't get it. You think he wants you to sin. He doesn't care. As long as you don't serve Hashem. It's not only about sinning, it's about also acquiring mitzvot. You know, the Chavetz Chaim said a beautiful parable for us to understand what this means. The Chavetz Chaim said...
One second. You took cut already or not? Let me see.
Yeah.
Oh, very nice.
The Chavetz Chaim said there was a guy, you know the 18-wheeler trucks?
Yeah.
There was over $500,000 worth of merchandise. He told him, I want you to be able to drive this car from point A to point B, from one state to the next. He says, whatever you do, you don't put a scratch on the car, meaning on the truck. Be careful, there are mountains, there are highways. Make sure you don't park next to cars too close when you're sleeping in the 18-wheeler. Whatever you do, you don't scratch it. Go there, drop off the merchandise, pick up the other merchandise, and come back. Says the Chavetz Chaim, the guy traveled for 1 whole week, very careful not to scratch the car. When he got to the point B, when he got to the place where he was supposed to drop the merchandise, he got out of the truck, he went around the whole truck taking a video that there's not even one scratch. He was so excited, he got back in the truck, started driving back home. A week later, he comes back to the boss. He says, boss, look at your truck. Not even a scratch. So the boss says, very nice. He says, tell me, did you bring me the other merchandise? He's like, what merchandise? And then he remembered he didn't even drop off this merchandise. Says the Chavetz Chaim, we're so worried about not staining our soul, we forget to do mitzvot, you understand? We forget to bring back mitzvot with us to the next world. Chapish, Jigarik.
That parable makes sense, yeah.
Okay? So that's why when a person is constantly looking at other people, he could never work on himself. Now, so why did I have to say that? We don't want to think that King Hizkiyahu and the prophet Yeshayahu, Chas v'shalom, they were people that were running after honor. That they wouldn't do. Okay? So the Gemara Masechet Berachot goes on to explain, Hizkiyahu thought to himself, he said, look, Yeshayahu has to come to me. Why? Because he brought a proof from the Torah. He says, we find by Eliyahu Navi that he went to Achav. Who was Achav? Achav was a king. So if Eliyahu went to Achav, King Hizkiyahu said to himself, that means the Yeshayahu, the prophet, has to come to me. You see, he's finding sources in the Torah why he's correct. However, Yeshayahu Amar, not just the opposite. He said, let Hizkiyahu come to me. Why? Because we find by Yehoram, the son of Achav, who was a king, he went to Elisha, who was a prophet. So we see over here, who has to go to who? The king has to go to the
king has to go to the
prophet. Beautiful.
Right.
Rabotai, from here they say, look how smart Hashem is when it comes to making compromises. So what did Hashem do? Hashem brought sufferings on Hizkiyahu, King Hizkiyahu. And he told Yeshayahu, go and visit the sick. There's a mission to visit the sick. Now, he went. When Yeshayahu came to Hizkiyahu, he told them, tell your family members to prepare your burial spot because you're going to die. Hizkiyahu said to Yeshayahu, what's all this? What did I do wrong? What happened? He says to him, shh, ki met ata v'lo tichyeh. You're going to die or you're not going to live. The Gemara asks, what's the double language? What do you mean? You're going to die, you're not going to, if you're dead, you're not alive. The Gemara says you're going to die in this world and you're not going to live in the next world. Wow. He really got taken aback. What, he loses both worlds? Now this is very important to know, Jigarik. Yeshayahu told him, you know why this is the punishment for you? Because you were not busy bringing children to the world. He never got married. Because he was afraid he didn't have bad children. In the end, he had bad children. What happened? So, Hizkiyahu said, I'll tell you why I didn't want to have children. Because I saw through divine intervention that I'm going to have bad children. You know what he told him? He said to him, why do you have to go and enter into Hashem's ways to know what's going to be in the end? What's going to be in the future? Why? Your job is to bring children. Bring children. Don't ask questions. And Hashem is going to do whatever is fit. You with me or not? Says the Gemara, King Hizkiyahu tells the Prophet Yeshayahu, he says, if that is the case, give me your daughter. Give me your daughter, maybe my merit and your merit is going to give me longer life. So you know what he told him? Once there's a decree, it cannot change, correct? He told him, he said, Ben Amotz, he said, the son of Amotz, stop your prophecy and get out. Get out of my room. Why? He says, Kach mikubalan mi beit avi abba. This is the way it's accepted from my father's house, meaning the King David dynasty. Afilu cherev chadam munuchat al tzavaro shel adam. Even if you have a sharp sword that is resting on the neck of a person, al yimna atzmo min harachamim. Never hold yourself back from praying to Hashem that He shall have mercy on you. A person is never ever allowed to give up. You with me or not? He prayed to Hashem, they got married. He prayed to Hashem, they had 2 children, you got it? The names were, let me just find right over here. Shh. Where'd he go? Yes, right over here. Menashe and Rav Shakeh. Both of them were his children. And they were evildoers. You got it? In the end, they were evildoers.
Right, I think they were teaching people how to be pagans.
Correct. They were evildoers. Now, but that's not what I want to focus on. I want to focus on, over here, a few points. Number 1, why is it so severe that if a person does not want to bring a child or children to the world, why such a punishment? Can you tell me?
You die in this world and in the next.
Yeah, but why such a punishment? Why
so severe?
Why so severe?
Because you're playing God by not bringing kids. You don't know what these kids could have produced or brought, or maybe even brought Mashiach.
Okay, I hear. I'll tell you like this. The Gemara says that the world was created, the world was created not to be desolate. The world was created that there should be people that occupy the world. That people should live in the world and serve Hashem. By you not wanting to bring children into the world, you're diminishing or you're belittling Hashem's plan. Yes? Says the Shulchan Aruch and Even HaEzer, where every single person has to know this halakha, Chayav kol adam lisa isha, every single person is obligated to marry a woman. Why is he obligated to marry a woman? Not to go on vacation. Kedei lerafot ulerabot, in order to bring children to the world. The whole goal of a person has to be that we need to bring children, not to get married 5 years later, bring children after college. It doesn't work like that. Your job is to bring children. You want to get married to bring children. However, he says, listen what he says.
What are you going to do? What are you going to say into the Gemara about women today being all affected with their body? Forget about their body, bro. They get all loopy when they give birth back to back.
Again, women don't have an obligation to bring children to the world. Men have an obligation. Men have an obligation to have children, not women. So when you marry a girl, you have to make sure she has the proper...
to give birth.
I know, but you have to make sure that she has the proper outlook like you in life, that she wants to be able to build a family and not just build herself. Yeah, you have some women that they think is about their body. Yeah, they'll probably have 1 or 2 children and 3 dogs.
So when you get married, you know you're expecting to have kids, not travel the world.
Correct. Now, again, you could travel, but you have to know your priority. Now, says the Shulchan Aruch, he says, anybody who's not busy, you got to listen to this. Anyone who's not busy in bringing children to the world, ki'ilu shofech damim. It's as if he's spilling blood, as if he's a murderer. Now, I'm not speaking about you have a person that's trying to have children and they can't have children. I'm speaking about you go to a boy and you tell him, listen, get married. I don't want to. Why don't you want to? I don't know. I don't want the responsibility, the headaches. Who knows she's going to cheat on you? She's going to run away with your money. You understand? He's starting to think ahead of things. Oh, not for me. I gotta do me. That, Rabotai, is a problem. This person, it's as if he's spilling blood. Umima'et et adimut. He also minimizes Hashem's image. Why? Because every single Jew is in the image of Hashem. וגורם לשכינה שיסתלק מישראל, and he causes that the Shekhinah should be removed from the Jewish people. Now you understand why King Hiskiyahu, what his punishment was. Why he was going to lose Olam Haba and Olam Hazeh. Because look at the severity of not bringing children to the world. You have to understand, you got to, today the problem is, a girl, I ask a certain couple, why don't you have more kids? My wife doesn't want. Why? You ask the rabbi? You got to go and ask a rabbi, can you have that permission not to have kids for the next few years? You can't decide on your own, I don't want to have children. What does that mean?
What if you?
What
if you have kids, but you didn't do the mitzvah of frugal?
What? Nah, Ilan.
What if you?
Ilan, even if you do the mitzvah of Pru-Urvu, Ilan, there's still a mitzvah to, after Pru-Urvu, there's another mitzvah to continuously bring children still into the world. Even until your old age, as long as you're able to make children, make children.
But Rabbi, forgive me, how does it make it right if we were to get permission from you not to continue
because
having kids?
there are ways where we can give people permission, but there has to be solid reasons to why she does not want to have children, or why they both don't want to have children.
Just out of curiosity, what are those solid reasons?
For example, health reasons. A woman, if she's going to be pregnant, it's going to affect her health. She can put her life in danger, which we don't want. She overrides the baby. You understand? Or God forbid, chas v'shalom, let's say a person, he has already 5, 6, 7 children, and now having another one is only going to add to the financial burden. They're not able to do it. His wife is not going to be mentally there. Everything has to be taken into account, you understand? You can't just say, oh, I'm not doing it.
What if a girl has a very tough pregnancy, right? There's some girls, they can't stop. They're always nauseous, they're always vomiting,
correct,
dizzy.
So that's exactly it. So
but
again,
it's not like death, right? They're not on their deathbed or anything like that.
I've dealt with a couple. The girl had twins. Her uterus was so weak. The last 4 months of her cycle, she had to be hanging upside down. Because if she would have been standing like this, the babies would have been able to fall out. So they sewed her uterus. She was not able to have children with her husband, and majority of the time she had to be hanging upside down. From time to time she would go up like this with her head. Yeah, there's serious situations. It's a miracle that women are able to bring children to the world. But I wanted to show you over here, look at the severity, look what's going on over here. It's not just like that, oh, Yeshayahu said to him, oh, you're not going to have Olam Haba. You don't understand, these are your children. These children are going to bring you to the next world. They're going to be able to take Kaddish for you. They're going to be able to serve Hashem because of you. So you have an obligation to bring children to the world. Now, Jigari, a lot of today, I don't have to tell you, a lot of singles, they're not in the 1820s, correct? They're in their 40s, 50s, yes? Why? What's going on? Why not push yourself to find the right one? Why not? Everybody's scared. This is what Yeshayahu is telling King Hiskiyahu. Don't do it. Don't stay single. Don't get into the cheshbonot. Don't get into the calculations. Oh, I think it's going to be like this. No. Your job is to do the first shulchan command in the Torah. The first halakha in the Shulchan Aruch. To bring children to the world. And a lot of us, unfortunately, we ask questions on Hashem. If I'm going to do this, what's going to be like this? We can't do that. Our job is to serve Hashem without asking any questions. Okay. Yes, you guys hear me? The Ramah says anybody who's not married, anybody who does not have a wife, he has no blessings in his life. He has no Torah. He's not even called a person. There's a lot of, it's not good. That's what we have to see from King Hiskiyahu, that what? That's the downside of it, correct? But what did King Hiskiyahu say? That afilu cherv munachat al tzavoro shel adam al yimna atzmo min harachamim. Even if a sharp sword is resting on a person's neck, do not stop praying to Hashem. Continue praying to Hashem. Meaning that a person should never give up hope. You could be 40, you could be 50. Somebody told me, oh, Rabbi, he's in his 48 or 49, whatever. He doesn't think he's going to be able to have children no more. Why do you do that? Why do you say that? There is the mitzvah to believe in Hashem and trust Hashem is going to help you. So he feels he doesn't have to get married. Not true. There's an obligation for every single person to get married and do his shishadlut.
Rabbi, I have a question. Isn't it not fair for the child if the parents are 40, 49, 50?
This is exactly what we're learning today. You were saying very good. What's fair, not fair? Who asked you what's fair, not fair? Our job is to bring children to the world. That's it. What do you have to do?
Maybe there's a timeline.
What timeline? If you're able to be productive, be productive. There's no timeline. You don't stop working when you're 45. You work until you're 97, correct? People don't stop working. People want to make more money. For what? You think you're gonna live? You think you're gonna outlive your money? No way you're gonna outlive it. You ain't outlive. Maybe your wife is gonna outlive your money, but you ain't outliving your money. That's for sure. Jigari, you want to tell him, Jigari? This guy is very busy today.
Sorry, Rabbi. Bills are gonna get paid.
Yeah.
Jigari.
I can't say that, man.
Rabotai.
Alley-oop to Jigari, man.
Rabotai, I do also want to speak about something very important. We can also learn a very powerful piece from the story, like the Ein Yaakov brought down over here, that when you read the Gemara and you see that King Hiskiyahu and the Prophet Yeshayahu, they're both fighting for the honor. That's what we would have thought. That is the wrong thing to do. We have to be able to learn out from them that we always have to go and ask other people for forgiveness. That if somebody does something to you and you don't like it, or you feel that they wronged you, try to give them the benefit of the doubt. Do you hear what I'm saying or not? Why? Because that's going to solve a lot of your problems. A lot of your problems are going to go away, not all of them. Why do we get angry?
Why do you not give them the benefit of the doubt?
Say it again?
Is it when you actually? At what point do you not give the benefit of the doubt? Is it when you actually physically see it with your own eyes and ears?
When you actually know that they're out there to hurt you, like literally out there to hurt you. If I don't know if something happened and I don't know if it's actually, I could look. If I could say it could have been for the good or it could have been for the bad, I have an obligation to judge it for the good. Correct? But if I know without a doubt that they're trying to hurt me. What do you want me to do? I can't give him the benefit of the doubt. But I want to tell you, the Pirkei Avot says, he brings down in the name of Rabbi Yehoshua ben Perachia, he says, always try to judge every single person favorably, which is not an easy thing to do. Why is this important? Because the Gemara Masech Shabbat and Daf Kuf Chav Zayin, side 2 brings down, listen to this, Jigarik. Anybody who's going to judge his friend favorably, they're going to judge you from heaven also favorably. And I want to tell you something. We need that zuchut from Hashem. We need it. So whenever your wife wrongs you, or your children do something, or your workers, if you are able to find something positive in it, find something positive in it. You know why? Because you and I are not perfect.
It's so funny. The gentleman that is doing time, the Bahrain guy that's doing time over the alleged murder. When I was raising money for his legal, costs, a lot of people were like, "Well, he was found guilty, so why would I give him money?" And my response was just that. We asked Hashem to judge us favorably for everything that we do, and we know we committed that crime, that sin.
Correct.
And yet, when someone is coming here and there's a sense of doubt, whether it's 1% or 100%, of whether he committed a crime or not,
since we don't know,
are ourselves making him guilty. But yet, we're asking Hashem to judge us favorably. So,
if you want that favorable judgment,
you got it.
Right. If you want that favorable judgment,
Sunday class, you should give. We learn.
Jiggy, if you want that favorable judgment, like you're saying right now, like the Gemara is saying, also you want to be able to judge other people favorably, which is very important. And I'll tell you why, Jigarik. A lot of times when I deal with couples, the problem is they don't want to work together. Each one is stubborn towards one another, correct? So you know what I have to tell them? This Gemara over you see, Hiskiyahu didn't want to go to Yeshayahu for the right reason. And Yeshayahu didn't want to go to Hiskiyahu for the right reason. They had all the right reasons. But what did Hashem do in the end? He made one of them sick, correct? Yes or no? Eventually they came and they met up. You have couples today, unfortunately, that they don't get along together. You know what Hashem does? You know how He puts them together? Through Chas v'Sham Loleinu doing something to their children. When their children end up in the hospital, now they both have to be there.
God forbid.
Not worth it. Not worth it.
Right.
Shalom, peace, is the utensil for all berachot, for all the blessings. You understand? It is not worth it to cause anybody pain. Not yourself, not your wife, not anybody around you. You want to be that, that engine that makes other people feel good.
Oh, it is, Rabbi.
All said.
Okay, Rabbi Shai, I will. Okay, so tomorrow is what's his name? Natalim Zeret Hashem, and then Rabbi Aaron's on Thursday. Everybody have an excellent weekend and weekend and excellent Shabbat. Don't forget to learn Torah. Don't forget to do mitzvot, and very important, keep those eyes kosher. Can I share with you something? I don't want this to get out. I mean, I hope the people that I went somewhere here. I was doing something for somebody, correct? So he's like, Rabbi, give me a bracha. You know how they are, but in Baba Mises, what a bracha is going to help you the way you're living life? What's going to help you? So you know what I told him? I told him, whatever you do not bring zonot into this place. You know what zonot are, right? You got it?
What's the knot?
Prostitute.
Whatever you do not bring prostitutes into this place. Do not bring girls into this place. Do not bring girl singers or strippers into this place. I told him you're going to have so much bracha, you're not going to know where the money's coming from. But I told him, like the Gemara says, but if you do bring them, I said, I promise you in the end you're going to be begging on your knees for bread. You're going to lose all your money. Chas v'shalom, chas v'shalom. I said, it's a clear Gemara, don't play games. That's a real bracha. Do what Hashem says, that's a bracha. Guard your eyes. Find your Yetzer Hara, you're going to be blessed. That's a real bracha. What do you have to say? Yivarech Hashem v'shmarecha, Jigari. I'm not a Kohen.
It's dangerous. I'm afraid to ask.
Okay, Rabotai.
Thank you, Rabbi.
I'll see you guys.
See you next week, Rabbi.
I'll see you next week.
Thank you, Rabbi.